Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very, very special edition of the Charity First Handicapping Challenge, where our contestants are going to try to raise money for a tremendous cause, Karma, to take care of our magnificent equine animals after they retire. And boy, I'm very excited about today, Chappie, because on my team, I've got a stellar guest.
Yes, you do. Trainer Michael McCarthy joining us, who just won the Preakness, is going to go after the Belmont soon. And I've got a worthy opponent who was already talking trash in the pregame, and that's my man Seminar Skip. So I'm excited about today, Georgie.
It's going to be exciting. And all right, so this is not going to actually go towards the competition, for the because we haven't started. We still have the finals to go Saturday in that competition, and then we'll start a new one. But I think our contestants are playing not only to try to win money for Karma, but to try to see who washes whose clothes. Is that one of the so there could be some clothes washing involved here in the outcome of this race. Let me talk about my guest, because my guest, I'm telling you, he's just phenomenal. He got his trainer's license in 2006. He's got like $20 million in earnings. He's had some stellar horses along the way, including City of Light. City of Light was just one of my favorites. Beat Arrogate, which was, unbeatable at the time in the Pegasus World Cup. So that was stellar. It was an assistant to Todd Pletcher. Boy, you can't go wrong learning from Todd Pletcher, who all he does is win. And he's got some great ones, including the El Camino Derby winner, who came back and won handily in the Preakness. Michael McCarthy, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on.
It is a pleasure to have you on, and congratulations once again on a stellar job getting Rumbauer ready for the El Camino Derby, and then coming back, skipping the Derby, the Kentucky Derby, really a little bit unorthodox, but came back and really did well to win the Preakness. Tell us about that whole, thinking behind skipping the Derby.
I was pretty bullish on running the horse in the Kentucky Derby. The horse was training well, thought he would run well, thought he would get a wonderful setup. And I thought he would like that racetrack. The Frackens were leaning more towards running in the Preakness. Obviously, after winning the El Camino Real Derby, they were given a free starting and entry fee into the Preakness. They just thought it would be better to have a fresh set of legs going into a race like that. It's wonderful that things worked out the way they did. Horse showed up on the day and ran lights out.
Yeah, congratulations, Michael. And obviously training well. Any concerns with the 3-week turnaround going into the Belmont?
Yeah, I think you're always a quick turnaround after a big performance. And third race off the layoff in the form cycle is usually their best. And I think we might have seen that in the Pimlico, but the horses come out of it, jumped out of that race in very good order. I'm looking forward to trying this horse at 1.5 miles. I think it's going to be very interesting.
George, let me introduce my guest, and then because these two have known each other for many a year. So my co-host at the Morning Line Sports Show, we often have Michael on. Seminar Skip, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great this morning. What a pleasure it is to be on in the company of Michael McCarthy. I feel honored to be on this with him, and glad to be doing this.
You can feel the love right there, man.
He's already laughing at you, Skip.
We go way back. We've had some good times, and I'm so proud of him for the job that he's doing and what he's become. And I'm really proud of him, and he's doing a great job, and I'm so thankful to call him a friend.
Now, Skip, before we get into this, tell him what you told him yesterday as far as him being on with us for the big races going forward.
Yeah, I didn't want to say we were his lucky charm or anything, but his three big races, three of his biggest races he's won: the Pegasus World Cup, Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, and then the Preakness. He's been on our show all three of those mornings. So I'm not saying we're his lucky charm or anything, but
Don't forget to call me next Saturday now, or the Saturday next. Don't forget.
We will be calling you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Hey, that Preakness time was the second fastest in like 14 years. The only one faster was Swiss Skydiver, but Swiss Skydiver ran in like October. He was already like almost a 4-year-old. Really, really strong race, big race. The buyer, the thoroughgraph numbers, they all increased dramatically. How did he come out of that race? Any bounce concerns from such a big performance?
Yeah, you're always concerned that they might bounce a little bit, but the horses, his races have been spaced nicely. He came back in 3 weeks rest, I believe it was, or something close, something maybe a little bit farther than 3 weeks rest from the Del Mar juvenile turf to the American Pharaoh, and ran well. The horse is maturing. He's putting on weight. He's doing everything right. So we're going to lead him over there with some confidence and let the chips fall as they may.
Hey, Michael, what do you think we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but what do you attribute to the fact that the horse is becoming maybe a little bit more tactical when early in the career it seemed like very much a deep closer and now seems to be sitting closer to the pace?
I think he's getting better with when he broke his maiden in Del Mar, he came from way out of it. A lot of times in these early 2-year-old 2-turn races, it's not who the best horse is, and maybe who's the fittest, who has the most stamina, who's got the most foundation underneath him. And I think we saw that with him when he broke his maiden. He's got a pedigree that suggests he will run all day. He's got a great set of lungs on him, and his best weapon is right in between his ears. He's a very smart little horse.
Love it. And you really, I mean, obviously all trainers are different, but you really seem to take your time with horses and let them grow, and you don't rush them into, winning first time out. Obviously the goal is long-term for you, with all your horses besides Rumbauer, correct?
In this horse's case, I thought his best days would be ahead of him. I try to take my time. I try to do, individually, whatever I think whatever each horse needs. It's tough to make them last. And when they do get good, you want to keep them good for as long as possible. So got to take some time with them and let them kind of come full circle. And then that's what you got to do. Others are meant to be early, and you train them as such, and you navigate their careers as such. But a lot of these horses that we're lucky enough to have here have got some stouter pedigrees, some bloodline that seem like they've got some stamina-related influence in them. So later in their careers, they are obviously probably best suited to be at their best.
Skippy? Go ahead, Jordan.
Hey, there's Randy Waples saying congratulations. Go Team Rumbauer. Thanks for chiming in, Randy. You know what? Like I said, the time was stellar in the Preakness, so I'm not taking anything away from that. But a lot of runners dodged or did not run in the Preakness. Some of the big names from the Kentucky Derby, didn't really compete. But that's not going to be the case at Belmont. You got Hot Rod Charlie, Essential Quality, Known Agenda, from the Pletcher Barn, Rock Your World. All these, the competition is going to be, I think, much fiercer in the Belmont Stakes. And as Chappie was saying about strategy, how does that affect the strategy? He's going to be as close as he was early on in the Preakness. He's going to go back to coming from way out of it. What do you envision the Preakness run?
Yeah,
the Belmont run.
We'll see what it looks like when the form comes out. But, my horse's style is pretty much set in stone. I was surprised that he laid a little closer than usual in the Preakness and was able to level off in the way he did. You know what? Maybe we get the same kind of setup, and we're sitting just farther back of mid-pack, and that's fine with me. You're going 1.5 miles, so naturally your fractions you would assume are going to be a little bit slower on the day. So I'm going to leave that up to John Velasquez. He's in the Hall of Fame. That racetrack has been his home for 25 years or so. So I'm in good hands there.
Yeah, go ahead, Skip. Well, I was just going to ask him about the John Velasquez confirmation, but go ahead, Skippy.
Yeah, we tried to get him to have some breaking news on the show yesterday morning, but he wanted to wait till after the show to name John Velasquez on. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Well, I had to make sure I had we had all of our ducks in a row and everything. So yeah, sorry.
No, you know what? I we didn't talk about it, personally, but I was hoping that you would. John Velasquez, I think, is a great, obviously Hall of Fame rider and a great job. I'm so glad that he's on the horse. I think that was the right move, and nobody's riding better than him right now.
Oh, he's on fire! Absolutely on fire. Yeah.
So, Michael? What's the plans for you? You said you're heading out to New York later today, or what's your plans from here on out?
Tonight, I'm going to go to New York tonight. Spend a couple days there. Come home real quick, and then. Depending on how the weather is shaping up back east, I'll get there. We'll try to work on Saturday, but if we've got to work on Friday, we've got to do what we got to do. So we'll try to go ahead and just handicap the weather, see how the horse is doing, and have a nice cruising half-mile type of work and go from there.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck in the Belmont. Can we talk about who's been some of your favorite horses along the way? Me and Chappie, we've bet horses of yours, for many years. I know Liam, the Charger, one of my favorites, Paved, of course, the aforementioned City of Light, who was just phenomenal. So, what are some of your favorites over the years?
I'd say Rombauer is making his way up the list, obviously.
Right.
City of Light, it's not often a $9 million race rolls around. So be able to go ahead and capitalize on something like that with a horse that gave me my first Breeders' Cup win is awfully special. I won my first grade 1 here a couple of years ago with a filly named Illuminate. She was very good, not very sound, but very good. Shame she couldn't kind of keep a campaign together. Ohio, he's 10 years old and
he's great.
Probably going to ride off into the sunset here. But as you know, a horse like him, he's had a couple of bleeding episodes, and just the way these stakes are now, black type races are with no Lasix, it's just not fair to him at his age to have something, possibly a significant bleed or what have you. But look, I like doing what I do. I love doing what I do. I like all my horses. I love all my horses, all that kind of stuff. But it's hard to just narrow down a few. There's others for different reasons you obviously become partial to, but who knows? Maybe there's one out here that I know that's going to jump up and make a name for himself here in the next year or so.
Love it.
You guys, I got a great story about his first grade 1 winner, Illuminate. I was in the infield, and when the horse won, I think it was the next week, they had a picture front page of the Daily Racing Form. Beautiful picture, except whose face do you see in the background? Because I was in the infield. You see my right on the wire. It was actually great. And Michael said, "Is that you? That looks like you." And I said, "That is me." So I'm in the infield in the picture with the, just a freak deal. But it was just perfect. But yeah, I'm part of that grade 1 victory.
Yes. Yeah, he's taking credit for everything. Now he's even taking credit because he was in the infield.
Boy.
Figures.
He wants the Lucky Charm Monica badly, man. Dang.
I was down and out, right? Those first 3 years here. Where were you when I was down and out?
Buddy, you weren't out here. I was, I'm always on Team Michael McCarthy.
Yeah.
I'm always texting you and trying to, give you props and always, when you won. I think I could have been the first one to text him when he won the Preakness. I don't even think they were right at the wire, and I put send, and I mean, I was so happy for you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Benny South Street sends his love. Of course, he is going to be in our finals, Benny South Street. So here he is, one of the good guys. The talent is a bonus, and of course, we're lucky to have a very talented trainer with us. A lot of stories in the jockey colony here in Southern California, Michael. Of course, Pratt is just phenomenal, but there's some other great stories like Kent DeSormo just rejuvenating himself and coming back into his own. Jessica Pfeiffer, who won 4 races the other day. And the breakthrough race was that last race on Sunday where she came from out of the clouds. So a lot of exciting things going on in the jockey colony. What do you think of this SoCal jockey colony?
We'll get another. I think we'll get another talented rider here in the next few days. And Trevor McCarthy was holding his own certainly at Belmont Park and at Aqueduct over the winter. I think he's going to be a welcome addition. You know, obviously we've got some good young riders here and some veterans that Hall of Fame veterans that on their day they're as good as anybody in the world. So, yeah, it's an exciting time right now.
Right, I think that our contestants got some picks, right, for today?
Let's get started, Georgie.
All right, let's get started. I mean, let's see if we can make some money from Karma. And for our viewers that are watching in a day that maybe not the most stellar card of all time, but certainly there's money to be had. Michael, if you had $100 to win, you got to pick one runner. Who are you going with?
If I have $100 to win on one horse today, it's in race 5, Greg Dar.
And why do you like Greg Dar?
Horse is in form. Trainer is lights out right now. I just like the way the race sets up for him. I think he's going to be very tough.
All right, there is a scratch in that race for you guys tuning in. Number 1, Proud Pedro is out of that race, and Greg Dar just gets Rispoli back. He used to be on top of Greg Dar. He's run some fine thoroughgraph numbers, a 5 and a 5 the last 2, so pretty strong race there to see if we can get Skip to be washing some clothes. Go ahead, Chappie.
Yeah, D'Amato seems to win everything he throws on the turf these days, that's for sure, and he is red hot. All right, Skipper, you don't want to be washing clothes next week, so 100 to win and why? Where are you going, buddy?
Okay, we're going to take a little shot here. We're going to go to the Cinema Handicap Race 7 at Santa Anita. It's a 1.8 miles on the grass. I know that the 2-horse Sword Zorro just won the Singletary last time at a mile. And then Hudson Ridge comes out of a good race. It's still a maiden, but had a lot of trouble. But I'm going to take the horse that beat Hudson Ridge. I'm going to bet 100 to 1 on Airman, John Sheriff's trained horse. I think the longer the better for this horse, and it had a brutal turf trip last time. You know, usually with a grass race, you kind of like to tuck in, save some ground, kind of swing wide, turn it for home, swing out, and go by him. But this horse was 3-4 wide all the way along the backstretch and turning for home, and still ended up coming and getting the money. It lost a lot of ground in that race, and I think with some speed in there, going 1.8 miles, hopefully this horse will get a better trip. And I think Airman's going to come and run him down. And I think it will probably be better than 3 to 1.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Like you said, 3 to 1 in the morning line. But you know the 2 and the 4 are going to take some play, and maybe even the Baffert on the bottom. So we're going to get every bit of that 3 to 1, Georgie, so we don't have to be washing clothes. And back to you with Michael and his Exacta.
Airman sure gobbled up a lot of ground in that last race. I mean, it was visually impressive the way Airman came running. And he's run against some good ones. De Jour, Earl's Rock, when that one was just crushing it. So Airman certainly 3 to 1. It's the longest shot on the board practically today. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, a good pick. All right, we got a $100 Exacta to work with, Michael. Either a box or a part wheel or an ice cold, whatever one you like. Where are you going in your Exacta and why?
I'm going to go into this baby race here. I've got a $50 Exacta box, number 2 Ikigai with the number 5. Bet on Mookie. I think Simon Callahan is underrated with these 2-year-olds, these early 2-year-olds. He knows how to get them ready to run. He does a very good job, gets Flavian Pratt in the saddle. Peter Miller, as we know, he's always dangerous. For owner Gary Barber, these guys win a lot of races together. It's either one of these two. So I'm feeling pretty good, pretty strong here. I feel good.
All right. Of course, you know, my girl Lily is Japanese, and Ikigai means your purpose in life. And Michael McCarthy's purpose in life sure is to train and to train some nice winners. And so Michael McCarthy's Ikigai is to beat Skippy Guy today in the contest. Go ahead, Chappie.
I think my purpose in life is to take bad beats. But anyways, another story. You can get a little bit of a if you hit that exact, you could pay decently because I think the Luis Mendez is going to take some play, the morning favorite, and it got a good workout in the Harrington report as well. So good luck to you there. So Skippy, we need a good exacta. Where are we going?
I think we got one. We're going to go to race 8. The Battleford, I think, is going to be very tough. This horse has been racing against some good horses. It's been on the rail the last 2 times and got beat by, some nice horses, Missy P and Corvette. Now it gets off the rail. It's got speed. It could go or it could sit. So I'm going to box him with the 1. The 1 is my sneaky play. George's Papa Padrono's having a great meet. He almost won yesterday. This horse, I don't like it really being on the rail, but it ran sneaky good first time out. It was off slow and kind of was inside the whole time and never really had a chance to really get going. Galloped out good, came back with a nice work. So I'm going to do a $50 exacta box, 1-5 in race 8.
All right, I like it. And like you said, Papa Padroma won 2 races on Friday, including one was a second-time starter from the rail who broke like a rocket and went wire to wire and then barely got nipped yesterday in the graded stakes. So he's on fire. So I like the 8-1 along with Reem, who's going to get pounded at the windows. Georgie, back to you.
Yeah, scratching that race of number 6, Besame Mucho, and certainly Papa Padrone. I've been going to the races, since the mid-'70s. I'm older than all you guys. But back in the day, Alan Jerkins was a trainer that was known as the Giant Killer. And, man, Papa Padromo has become the Giant Killer here of late, coming with some bombs.
No, he's got a ways to go.
No, but he's throwing in some bombs here. He's throwing in some bombs.
No, he's not a John. Alan Jerkins.
No, obviously, he's not Alan Jerkins.
When he gets secretary, start calling him George the Giant.
I'm going to call him that today when I see him.
All right, here we go. We got a daily double going. $100 in daily doubles. Michael, where are you going?
I'm going to start in race 7 with Sword Zorro. I like the way he ran the other day in the Singletary. John Sadler does very well with these Euro imports here. We're going to get a little extra 1/8 of a mile here, and I think this will set up nicely for Umberto. I look for him to be rolling late. And I'm also going to go in the 8th race with number 3, Eyes Open. I'm kind of hoping that Eyes Open, blinkers on first time. Couple races back with Flavien Prat, I thought he ran well. I'm hoping he goes ahead and keeps the Baffert company. I had to find someone in here, and I just thought that this horse made some sense. And I think the Baffert is going to take a lot of money.
He sure will. Ice cold daily double, $100, 2, 3, and that should put us way, way, way ahead there, Chappie.
Yeah, I love it because they got some races, common races with different opinions here. So it's going to be very interesting. All right, Skipper, where's our double? Where are we going, buddy?
Okay, we're going to go to the 8th and 9th at Santa Anita. I'm going to use the same 2 horses in the 8th race that I did in my exacta. I'm going to use the 1 and the 5 going against Eyes Wide Open. Hopefully his eyes will be closed, and we'll get that exacta, and we'll have this double. And then we're going to close it out with the 1, Phil D'Amato. It seems like he wins, most of these sprint turf races. He's on fire. I don't like the inside post, but I love him cutting back in distance to 6 furlongs. And I think it's going to get a great trip. And I think the 1 will win the last race. So $50 exacta, 1-5 with the 1.
I love it. 1-5 with the 1. In Brodsky's style is going to get pounded at the windows. Win a mile last time. First and second place finishers both came back to win, and then he cuts back. Draw on the rail could be the only setback, but I love it there. So there we go. So it's tiebreaker time, Georgie.
Tiebreaker time. We're going to go to race number 6, but first we have to spin that wheel. Yeah. See who's going to get first pick.
It used to be rock, paper, scissors. Now we have the wheel of death.
Come on, George Blue. George Blue. Yes, George Blue. What the heck?
George
Michael,
Blue, the winner.
Michael, you get first pick in the tiebreaker in race number 6. Who you going with?
Take Kenzu's Rhythm down on the fence. Blinkers back on here. Ryan Hansen does a very good job having a very good meet. We get a little bit of a rider switch here to Juan Hernandez. Ron Hernandez, one of our leading riders here. So I'm just going to go with maybe blinkers on and maybe a guy that's might be just a little bit stronger in the finish. So we'll see.
All right, Skipper. He took the one ball. Where are you heading? Was that going to be your first pick or no?
No, that wasn't going to be it. I mean, it's not going to go down to the tiebreaker anyways. But anyway.
That's what they all say.
If it does go down to the tiebreaker, you got to rethink your profession.
You're right. I'm going to take the 2 next revolt.
He's scratched. 2 is scratched.
Oh, he is. Okay. Well, I'm going to take the 3 then. Camino de Estrella.
All right, he's got the 3. So the one against the 3 there, and this is for bragging rights, Georgie. I mean, more than anything else between these two. So this is we hopefully make some money for Karma, of course, but I can't wait to see who gives each other more. You know what? Afterwards, who wins?
This will be on YouTube forever, so that you can always go back. Remember that time I beat you? Just check YouTube in case you forgot.
We go back a long time, don't we?
A lot of years.
A lot of years.
1988, Skip. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I should have brought one of those pictures of Skip when he was a kid with a scrawny with his hair blonde, and he looks. Oh,
no, I'm glad you didn't, Jeffy.
Go ahead, George. I'm going to try to find it on my phone before we get out.
All right. Well, we certainly wish Michael the best of luck in the Belmont. We'll be rooting for you. Hometown connections here, and hopefully you guys do really, really, really well in the Belmont.
I appreciate that, guys. I got a feeling we will. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, good luck, buddy. We'll be talking, but good luck. Hopefully we'll have you on the show the morning of the Belmont, and we're pulling for you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Hey, good luck, buddy. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, don't forget, folks that are watching today, if you go to Express Bet or First Bet, you're going to get a free $10 bet in the Golden Hour Pick 4. So certainly take advantage of that if you can. Next weekend, we got a big weekend as we have racing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, special Memorial Day racing. And we're going to have a special Memorial Day Charity First Handicapping Challenge as Jessica Pfeiffer will be our special guest, along with Benny Southstreet, who also chimed in today. So big weekend next weekend. Any last words before we go, chap?
That's it. Like we said, good luck, Michael. Thanks, Skipper. And you guys have a great weekend. Have a safe flight, buddy.